Hello, adventurers and nature lovers. Join us on Wild Battle as we uncover the captivating stories of animal competition, fierce confrontations, and daring hunting escapades. The elephants arrived at the watering hole, unaware of the deadly danger awaiting them. As soon as a young elephant eagerly reached out for the water, it was swiftly attacked by the hungry crocodile, latching onto its trunk with a death grip. If it weren't for the intervention of the herd leader, the outcome would have been disastrous. The jaguar promptly jumps into the water. A moment later, already with an acquired friend, a crocodile. Soon they get to know each other very closely. There is hardly a more successful crocodile hunter in the world than the jaguar. It has become a true professional in this business. Therefore, no one has any doubts that it can handle any prey, and any crocodile too. The sharp horn and confident pressure of the opponent frightened the family of elephants a little. At first, they even wanted to leave as soon as possible, but after a moment changed their minds and decided to a little more piss in the eyes of the reckless opponent. This little gorilla became the instigator of a fight. After passing the baton to its larger companion, without hesitation, it lunges with fists at another primate who was peacefully observing the scene. As a result, a fight erupts in the best traditions of Mortal Kombat. However, it ends as quickly as it started. After venting their aggression, the primates calm down and go their separate ways. The crocodile is undoubtedly a dangerous predator, but even for it, it's difficult to remain itself when a hungry pride of lionesses attacks it. These magnificent ladies work together seamlessly, and every movement is honed to perfection. So the toothy predator is not enviable. Its positions are clearly disadvantageous. We know from children's tales that hares and crows don't particularly like each other. And here's a vivid example. Several crows are attempting to attack the hare, but it doesn't give up, and with impressive maneuvers, it shows the audacious birds who's the boss here. With such impressive skills in walking on their hind legs, these deer could have a great future in the circus. However, they chose to engage in disputes among themselves. While two individuals actively work on their strikes, another animal watches the proceedings with interest. A hungry bear had planned to have a satisfying meal until unwanted guests decided to join in. The wolf pack repeatedly tried to seize such a tasty piece of meat, but the brown predator was ready to defend its rights until the end. Thus, the wolves had to disperse with empty stomachs. In an attempt to protect its young and punish the audacious cat, a small wild pig displayed all its heroism and gave the predator a good thrashing. However, unfortunately, it didn't help the offspring in the end. A herd of elephants arrived at a watering hole to quench their thirst, only to find a couple of cunning predators waiting for them. Without hesitation, the elephants decided to drive away their persistent crocodiles and successfully executed their plan. The kangaroo noticed a dog nearby and immediately went into defense mode, shifting from one leg to another in the water, like a true boxer. Barking furiously, the dog approaches the opponent, but receives a punch to the face. After a quick exchange, the dog foolishly goes back for more, and this time risks being drowned. Miraculously, the dog manages to dodge the kangaroo's strong paws and escapes to safety. It decides to skip the next round. Curious monkeys are easy prey for crocodiles, so one primate found itself trapped in the middle of a water hole. Perhaps its final moments were already counted. But the predator made a fatal mistake. It approached closer to the shore, where a whole troop of monkeys awaited, ready to stand up for their fellow. As a result, it ended up getting a taste of its own medicine. The lioness desperately clawed at the body of its prey, trying to gain the upper hand. But the zebra was not about to give up so easily and did everything possible to make its attacker suffer as well. The leopard was about to fill its belly with fresh meat when it was unexpectedly attacked by a courageous skunk. The daredevil even contemplated pursuing it, but within moments changed his plans and decided to return to its injured companion, a brave little one. A lion family was enjoying their meal when their tranquility was suddenly disrupted by a crocodile, clearly claiming a piece of fresh meat. One of the lionesses immediately showed the uninvited guests its snarl, but the intruder was in no hurry to retreat. That's when the leader of the pride took matters into its own paws and swiftly drove the intruder away. The intentions of the cobra were simple. It wanted to feast on the chicks. However, the chicken didn't inquire about the purpose of the visit and boldly launched an attack to protect its brood. The harmless domestic bird became a true hero for its own offspring. A family of elephants peacefully arrived at a watering hole, unaware of any danger, when suddenly, a huge Nile crocodile grabbed one of the elephant calves by its trunk. It is unknown how the confrontation ended, but one can imagine that if the head of the family were in the place of the little one, the toothy predator would have faced fierce retaliation. Camels are truly desert kings. They are not as gentle as they may seem at first glance. Look at how this tyrannical animal deals with a small donkey. The camel bites its neck with sharp teeth, lifts it in the air, and throws it to the ground, accompanied by a menacing roar. A hungry leopard, spotting a porcupine, will surely attempt to make it its prey. However, such confrontations usually don't end well for the predator. It typically remains with an empty stomach and pierced limbs. Meanwhile, the porcupine carries on with its business. Who would have thought that there would be nothing left of an Asian hornet, quite literally after being attacked by a huge praying mantis? It's reassuring to know that these green creatures will come to our rescue if hornets pose a threat to humanity as a whole. An entire pride of lions literally hung on the unfortunate giraffe. But at one moment, the animal grew tired of carrying the burden of the clawed paws. The giraffe shook off its tormentors and stomped its foot in frustration, as if telling the predators that approaching it was no longer worth it. The naive and trusting primate apparently decided to take a dip. However, it had no idea that a toothy threat would be upon it instantly. The alligator quickly clamped onto the monkey, and it seemed that nothing could change the situation. But suddenly, at the last moment, the predator inexplicably changed its mind. As we conclude this awe-inspiring journey, we invite you to subscribe to Wild Battle and stay engaged with our passionate community. Your comments about the animal rivalries, battles, and hunts are invaluable to us.